And personalization is another trend that's not necessarily new, but it is shifting, right? Where things are headed now is micro personalization. Sounds like another buzzword, but it's really getting at the heart of what's happening right now. It's not fair to expect that healthcare will match experiences like the Amazons or the Netflix of the world. It's a different relationship, and it deserves a different type of approach. But that doesn't mean we can't strive to incorporate some of what's working into our member experience. And it all starts with knowing your audience. So let's talk about convenience and what it looks like across different lines of business. For commercial populations, these folks tend to be younger, healthier, busier. They certainly want convenience, but they would describe it as fast, easy to access, and valuable. So what you're asking them to do is competing with a lot of other priorities. So you have to make sure that you're giving them an easy, seamless way to complete the action and ensure that value is attached to it. So incorporating insights like the ones you see here can make your communications feel more personal and increase the likelihood of response. As an example, vaccines are top of mind right now, right? Everybody's thinking about those COVID boosters and those flu vaccines. Families will respond more favorably to messages framed in cost savings versus staying healthy. So maybe those flu reminders shouldn't just be about avoiding the flu. Maybe include the notion of cost avoidance, time saved by not ending up at the doctor's office or the urgent care or the pharmacy. And there's lots of other insights in here, and you guys will have this deck, so I think some of these will just be little inspiration points, right? You might read them and think about something a little bit differently, but we do have two more. Medicaid and duals. What does convenience look like to them, right? We're thinking about personalizing across all these different populations, but we're talking about the same idea. How is it different for them? These folks experience more barriers in healthcare. Convenience is critically important to them, but they would describe it as easy to understand, easy to do, and having support to get it done. This population needs education to empower them, self-service tools to access barrier support, and simplified communications. So members in the dual population are 3 times more likely to report limitations with activities of daily life. These are tasks that the rest of us may take for granted. Things like getting dressed every day. So it's easy sometimes for us to miss them when we're thinking about communication strategy. So if you have a member who's needing help getting dressed every day, imagine how overwhelming it might be for them to coordinate an appointment and the transportation they need to get to that appointment, and then actually navigate all of that. So having this level of empathy and kind of keeping that human-centered design in play, pair it with some health literacy in plain language. You'll see here a call out for 3rd to 5th grade reading level. That can really make your communications and the benefits that you're offering to your members more accessible. And for this population, that's really going to resonate and make things feel much more personal.
Yeah, Adrian, as you're going through these, and I know there's another population here too, but I think it's, if we're not being self-critical and we're sort of giving ourselves a pass, then as long as we say dear insert name here, we're sort of giving ourselves credit for, oh, we personalized it. And to me, noting the empathy and noting what the environment that this person might be in, that's the next layer deeper. And I think really is where we should be drawing the baseline table stakes of, if you don't know them at that level, it's going to be very hard to communicate at them where they are.